At my mom's birthday, they said I was a disgrace, until her doctor whispered, "Your daughter saved her life." My mom turned 68 this year. Big milestone, right? So of course my brother and his perfect wife organized a perfect little dinner, party. Picture white tablecloths, overpriced candles, a harpist. Yeah, a harpist. All of this for a woman who watches reality TV in her bathrobe and thinks a great day starts with bacon and ends with bingo. Naturally, I wasn't part of the planning committee. I'm the disappointment of the family. That's not just a figure of speech. My brother Matt literally called me that during Thanksgiving 2 years ago when I brought vegan stuffing. He said, "Lena, you've been a disappointment since you dropped out of law school to work in, what is it again? Energy healing?" No, Matthew. I didn't drop out. I walked out. And it's not energy healing. I do trauma-informed body work, but thanks for asking. Anyway, back to the birthday. I got the text invite from my sister-in-law, Vanessa. She ended it with, "Dress appropriately." Whatever that meant. I showed up in black slacks, a burgundy silk blouse, and my grandmother's necklace. I looked amazing. But when I walked in, the room dropped 10 degrees. Matt looked up from his glass of scotch and said, "You made it." Like it was a surprise, I showed up for my own mother's birthday. I kissed Mom on the cheek. She smiled, but it was weak. Not her usual, "Where's my cake?" grin. She looked tired. Vanessa air-kissed me and immediately commented on my shoes. "So, you're still into the witchy stuff, huh?" I ignored her. My hands were tingling. I always get that feeling when something's off, and tonight, everything felt off. The dinner started off pleasant, if you like thinly veiled jabs served with wine. Matt went on about his promotion. Vanessa bragged about their daughter's new violin teacher. No one asked about me, of course. They never do. I'm the girl who gave up her future to rub oils on strangers, remember? Halfway through the meal, Mom coughed. A deep, wet cough. No one reacted. No one even flinched. I leaned toward her. "Are you okay?" She nodded, but her hand trembled as she lifted her fork. Her steak sat untouched. I glanced around. "She doesn't look well." Vanessa rolled her eyes. "She's just tired. We've been planning this for weeks." Right. God forbid fatigue ruin the evening's aesthetic. When dessert came, a gluten-free, sugar-free cheesecake because Vanessa's on a cleanse, I noticed Mom was pale. Like gray pale. I put my hand on her arm. Cold. Clammy. I stood up. "Mom needs to lie down." Matt looked irritated. "She's fine. Don't make a scene, Lena." "She's not fine," Vanessa laughed. "Oh, please, you're not a doctor." "No, I'm not. But I know a body that's shutting down when I see one." I helped Mom to her feet. She stumbled. I caught her. Her breath was shallow. My heart was pounding. "Where's her medication?" I asked. Matt looked confused. Vanessa blinked. "Medication? You don't know? Are you kidding me?" I snapped. I thought she was just tired, Matt said. "Unbelievable. They had her running errands all week, cleaning her own house, organizing her own birthday. I'm taking her to the hospital." Matt stepped forward. "Lena, don't be dramatic." But I was already guiding Mom to the door. No one offered to help. No one followed. I drove her to the ER, white-knuckling the steering wheel. She barely stayed conscious. At the hospital, they rushed her in. Oxygen mask, monitors, IVs, nurses moving fast. I told the doctor everything. Her energy levels, the cough, the pale skin, the weight loss they all ignored. Turns out, my witchy intuition saved her life. Severe pneumonia. And her blood pressure was dangerously low. She needed fluids, antibiotics, and monitoring. The doctor said if I hadn't brought her in that night, she might not have made it through the week. I sat beside her hospital bed all night. I called Matt once. No answer. I texted, "She's stable. You're welcome." No reply. The next morning, a nurse handed me coffee and whispered, "I wish more families had someone like you." I laughed. "You mean a disgrace?" She raised an eyebrow. "Funny. The doctor said your mother wouldn't be alive if not for her daughter's annoying concern." His words. The sarcasm was not lost on me. 2 days later, Matt and Vanessa finally showed up at the hospital. With flowers. Like this was some minor inconvenience. Mom was awake, smiling weakly, her hand in mine. Matt cleared his throat. So, what happened? I stood. Calm, cold, clear. She was sick. You ignored it. I didn't. Vanessa muttered something about being so busy. Mom's doctor came in, nodded at me, and then looked at them. She was septic. This was serious. If your sister hadn't acted when she did, well, let's just say you'd be planning a funeral, not a birthday brunch. They went pale, just like Mom 2 nights ago. He turned to me, smiled faintly, and whispered near my ear, "Your daughter saved your life." Mom squeezed my hand. Her eyes watered. My miracle girl. Matt didn't apologize. Vanessa didn't, either. Of course not. People like them don't say sorry. They just quietly hate that you were right. They left shortly after. Their visit had been for show anyway. As I watched them walk out, I felt something shift inside me. This quiet click, like the start of a plan, because saving Mom's life had only been step 1. The real show, that was just beginning. After my mom stabilized and was cleared to go home, I offered to move in with her for a while. Matt scoffed. "That's not necessary." Vanessa chimed in. "We already set up a meal delivery service for her. She'll be fine." Oh, how thoughtful. A microwaved lentil casserole fixes pneumonia, apparently. I ignored them and turned to Mom. "You want me to stay?" Her eyes softened. "I'd like that, baby." Matt looked like he swallowed a lemon. Vanessa's smile twitched. But neither of them argued. Probably because they knew they couldn't. So I moved in. For the first time in years, Mom and I actually talked. We watched trash TV, ate what we wanted, and laughed. She asked about my work. Not mockingly, not dismissively, but genuinely curious. One night, she said, "I never knew how strong you were until I almost died." Yeah, that kind of hits different. Meanwhile, Matt and Vanessa continued to make passive-aggressive appearances. Usually with soup I wouldn't feed to a raccoon and comments like, "Wow, the house smelled earthy," or, "Still no real job, Lena?" And I smiled. Sweetly. Like arsenic in a cupcake. What they didn't know was, I'd started documenting everything. Texts, voicemails, passive comments about money. Matt's sudden interest in Mom's will. Vanessa accidentally suggesting, "They sell Mom's house to downsize." She said it like she was doing us a favor. My therapist says I have hyper-awareness due to childhood invalidation. I say I have excellent aim when throwing back karma, because here's what they didn't realize. While they were planning birthday parties and bragging about ballet recitals, I'd been getting close to Mom again. Not out of strategy. At first, anyway. But once I saw the cracks, I couldn't unsee them. Mom told me Matt was in charge of her finances. He helped set up her online banking, helped her manage things. I asked to take a look. She handed me the iPad like it was nothing. No password. No suspicion. I didn't expect to find much. Just wanted peace of mind. Instead, I found charges. Weird charges. Monthly withdrawals labeled consulting fees. Luxury online orders she never received. A $5,000 transfer to a company I'd never heard of, registered under Matt's name. I took screenshots of everything, and I waited for them to show up again, smug and hollow, ready to reassert control. They came by the next Sunday. With organic juice and condescension, Matt leaned against the doorway like he owned the place. "How's our girl doing?" I smiled. "Better every day." Vanessa handed over a bottle. Cold-pressed beet and ginger. It's great for inflammation. Took it. Perfect. So is accountability. They didn't laugh. Of course not. They sensed it. The shift. I was done being the weird sister. The disgrace. I asked Mom, "Can we talk in the living room?" We all sat down. Mom in her recliner, me beside her. Matt and Vanessa on the couch, still performing like the good kids. I opened the iPad. "Mom," I said gently. "Did you authorize these charges?" She squinted. "What charges?" I looked up, met Matt's eyes. He blinked once, then looked away. I showed her the transfers, the withdrawals. Her face dropped. "I didn't do any of this." Matt sat up. "Okay, Lena, you don't understand." I turned to him. Calm. I'd practiced this moment in the mirror. "Help me understand, Matt. Help me understand why you're using your mother's bank account to fund a company in your name." Vanessa opened her mouth. I cut her off. "Don't bother. I already pulled the business registration. Public records are amazing." Mom clutched the armrest. "You used my money?" Matt's voice rose. "It's not what it looks like." "Then what is it?" I asked. Vanessa's voice shook. "He was going to pay it back." "Oh, was he?" I leaned forward. "Because I called the bank. I reported fraud. They're opening a formal investigation. You know what happens if they find intent, right?" Matt paled. Vanessa stood up. "You don't want to do this, Lena." I stood too, calm, cold, steady. "Oh, I do. I've spent years being your family joke, the dropout, the disgrace, the flaky daughter who couldn't hold a real job. And now, I'm the one who saved her life. I'm the one who stayed. And I'm the one who just legally screwed you sideways." Mom looked between us. Her eyes weren't full of tears. They were full of clarity. "You're not touching my accounts. Again," she said to Matt. Her voice was low. "Final." He started to argue, and stopped. Something about my expression must have made him think twice. Vanessa muttered something under her breath and stormed out. Matt followed, not even saying goodbye. When the door closed, I sat back down. Mom looked at me. "I don't know what to say." I took her hand. "Don't say anything. Just rest." That night, I emailed the documents to the fraud investigator. I attached a full timeline. Names, screenshots. I kept copies. I wasn't naive. Blood is thicker than water, but so is oil. And my brother? He'd burn it all down before admitting fault. So I built a firewall. And while the investigation simmered quietly in the background, I began phase 2. Because taking them down legally was satisfying. But watching them crumble publicly, that was going to be delicious. The fallout didn't happen all at once. No, it dripped, slowly, like a leaky faucet echoing in a silent house. And I let it. I didn't blast Matt's theft on Facebook. I didn't scream at family dinners or send mass emails with receipts. That would have been too easy, too expected from emotional Lena. No, I played it smart. I started with the family group chat. I dropped a message one evening, casual, polite. "Hey, just a heads up. If Mom contacts anyone about her finances, she's been advised to speak only through her attorney from now on. There's an active investigation involving fraudulent activity. Hope everyone's well. No names, no drama. Just enough to light the match." By morning, my aunt called Mom in a panic. "What's going on?" she asked. "Fraud?" My mom, now wonderfully coached and steady as hell, simply replied, "You'll have to speak with my lawyer." Beautiful. Meanwhile, Matt was unraveling. I knew because Vanessa started texting me. "Can we talk? This is getting out of hand. You're destroying your family." "Destroying my family? Honey, I was the family punching bag for 20 years. I just took the gloves off." I didn't respond. Instead, I waited until Mom's birthday rolled around again. 1 year since the night they called me a disgrace in front of a room full of smug people and a cake that tasted like regret. I planned a small lunch for Mom. Just the two of us. Low-key, real food, real laughter. No one performing for an audience. But fate? Oh, fate had other plans. Because Matt and Vanessa showed up, uninvited, with flowers, a forced smile, and desperation leaking from their pores. "Happy birthday, Mom," Vanessa said, as if she hadn't accused me of elder abuse 6 months ago. Matt followed, carrying a bottle of wine like a peace offering dipped in guilt. I watched Mom. She didn't move to hug them, just looked at me. I nodded once. "Come in," she said flatly. They sat down. made awkward small talk, praised the pasta, commented on how healthy Mom looked. Vanessa even said, "Lena, you've really stepped up." I smiled, almost like I'm not a disgrace anymore. Matt cleared his throat. "Look, I want to explain." I tilted my head. "Please, go ahead." He launched into a speech about stress, financial pressure, borrowing the money to invest in a startup, thinking it would help the whole family, yada yada. It would have made a great TED Talk for sociopaths. Vanessa added, "He didn't mean harm. He was trying to build something." I sipped my wine. "With stolen funds?" Silence. Then Matt said something I will never forget. "We're family. Family forgives." I looked at him. Really looked at him. "No," I said calmly. "Family doesn't steal from a sick woman and call her daughter a disgrace for saving her life." Vanessa's voice got shrill. "You're blowing this out of proportion." And then, perfect timing, the doorbell rang. I got up, humming, opened the door, and there he was. Detective Langston, beige trench coat, clipboard, the living embodiment of consequence. "Good afternoon," he said. "Is Mr. Matthew Cohen here?" I stepped aside. Right inside. Matt paled so fast I thought he'd faint. "What is this?" Vanessa snapped. "Mr. Cohen," the detective said, professional and crisp. "You've been named in an ongoing investigation concerning elder financial abuse and wire fraud. We'd like you to come with us for a statement." Mom gasped softly. Not from fear, from validation. Matt stood, stumbling over words. "Wait, no. No one pressed charges." "Actually," I said, "the bank did. And since Mom's over 65, it's considered a felony." The detective gestured. "Let's go." Matt looked at Mom, pleading. "Please, don't let this happen." She just shook her head. "I trusted you." Vanessa's voice cracked. "Lena, stop this. You're ruining everything." I turned to her. "Calm. Always calm now." "No, Vanessa. I'm not ruining anything. I'm cleaning it up." The detective led Matt out. Vanessa followed, yelling something about lawyers and, "Lena, you'll regret this. Maybe. But not today." When the door shut, I looked at Mom. She exhaled. Long, quiet. And then she smiled. "You were right," she said. I sat down beside her. "Told you. I'm good in a crisis." She reached for my hand. "I'm proud of you." That's when it hit me. Not the satisfaction of revenge, not the glee of justice served, but that sentence. For the first time in my life. My mom said she was proud of me, and she meant it. Weeks later, Matt's case made local news. He wasn't arrested, yet. But he was formally charged. His startup, shut down. His investors, furious. His reputation, a grease fire in the wind. Vanessa tried to play the supportive wife act. It didn't hold. She left him, took the kids, moved in with her parents. I wish I could say I felt bad. I don't. Matt's financial exploitation almost cost our mother her life, and all they cared about was image, optics, control. Now, they get silence. No more family group chats, no invites. No birthdays. Just a family photo with one face missing. Mine.